Hey guys, it's Kara here, and I wanted to do an update for you on myself and where I'm at with my fitness goals, because it's been quite a while since I've done a post like this, a video like this, and I know some people have been asking me, like on my YouTube and on my Instagram, if I'm competing again, when, and what I'm up to. So just to backtrack, this past year, it's been about exactly a year that I have been working with Mark Lobliner in terms of coaching me and helping me with my diet and doing more of a flexible dieting approach. And I took all of 2014 off from competing, which was a really great choice for me, and it was a really hard choice to make after being in the competition world for 3 years, I think. I competed for about 3 years straight. It was hard for me to step back, and I finally did this past year. And it's funny because now that I stepped back and started focusing on myself, the balance in my life and my metabolism, it's harder for me to be ready to throw it all out there to compete again. But so anyways, this past year, I pretty much just, worked on improving my metabolism and gaining muscle. In the past with my competitions, that was my biggest critique, was I needed to gain muscle. And doing it the natural way, it does not happen overnight. It takes a very long time, at least it does for me. I've spoken about this before, so it might be a little repetitive. But so that was my focus until this past summer. I did do about an 8-week cut. You can check back and see my videos. I threw up some bikini updates because I was kind of toying with competing, but I was also cutting for the MTS photo shoot that myself, Alyssa, and Mark did at the end of summer. So I figured, why not see if I can get in shape to compete, and we'll see what I'm working with. Well, I had to cut my calories, my macros pretty friggin' low to get the results I was kind of looking for. And I got a little bit stuck as well with my weight. I pretty much got down to my lowest at about 111 pounds, 5'2" for those of you that are gonna ask. And in the past, I've competed at different weights, but basically between about 98 pounds and 104 pounds. So I was pretty far off from my typical weight on stage, which is totally fine because I hope to go on stage, when I go on stage again, a little more full, having more muscle, therefore weighing a little bit more. But anyways, by the time I got to the photo shoot in August with Mark and Alyssa, I was happy with the way I looked, but with that 8-week cut, I was kind of feeling very restricted. I had gotten so used to my flexible approaches that cutting down my calories were getting pretty low to have to see results. So at that point we decided, for me, I wasn't, I could have just jumped on stage and done it. Like, Mark was good with whatever I wanted to do, and he was like, you look great, you could totally compete. But for me, for competing before, it's like, I don't need to just get on stage to get on stage. Number one, it costs a shit ton of money. And number two, I don't want to do that. When I get on stage again, I want to do it because I'm like feeling amazing about myself and I look great and I know I've worked hard and done everything I need to do. And I just kind of wasn't feeling it at that time. So we decided to stop the cut at that point and just work on my metabolism. So I've basically been working on my metabolism since August. We've slowly been raising my macros, protein, fat, carbs, and just really working on lifting more so than the cardio. So I've been doing like 6 days of weightlifting since October, which has been awesome. That's a huge change for me. I've never lifted that much in my life and as consistently as I have been since October. So I'm sitting now at about 117 pounds. I spoke to Mark. We made sure I did not want to get up to an over 120 like I did last year. Being 5'2", that's really uncomfortable for me. And then I just, I know you're more than the number on the scale, but for me, I personally don't feel good at that weight. So we kept it under 120 pounds for me. And I've just started, probably about this past week or two, we've started cutting back my macros a little bit. I told him I wanted to start leaning out and see what I was looking like, and we've got the Arnold coming up. I think we're about 6 weeks out from the Arnold, and I believe I will be there with the MTS militia, myself, Alyssa, Shredded Jesus, and probably a bunch of people. So I'd like to feel good about myself and kind of see how I'm looking by the Arnold. At some point, my progress pics will come up for you. I do still do, and I have consistently done progress pics every Sunday. I slap on my bikini. Sometimes my dog hangs out with me, and I take photos to see how things are looking, and that gives me a better insight than the number on the scale. And it's amazing to me how I look being at this weight, like 117 pounds, 118 pounds, compared to how I did last year when I started with Mark at this weight, because my body looks totally different, 100% different. It's crazy to me. Like, I feel like I just look strong. Like, I know I'm not super lean, but I look strong and curvy and fit to me, which I love. And I'm not shredded, and I don't have a six-pack, but that's okay. I'm basically getting to eat whatever I want, making all foods fit, making healthy choices. I get to eat enough to really fuel my body that I'm able to lift 6 days a week and feel great. So my purpose right now is just to start kind of cutting back. I don't want to compete and have to be at such a calorie restriction that it's not maintainable for me. I want to be able to compete when my body looks phenomenal and it's somewhat obtainable. I mean, I know you have to cut back a little bit to be able to compete, but I just want to be able to show all of you guys out there and many of the girls that watch me that you don't have to kill yourself to compete and do well and look good and feel good. So that's kind of what I'm on a mission to do. I really do hope to compete in 2015. But I'm not willing to give up the things that are important to me in my life for 30 seconds on a stage. So I'm not willing to do things that are going to screw with my metabolism or do things of an unhealthy nature. So I'm doing things very slow right now, slowly cutting back my food, changing up my workouts, adding in a little bit more cardio, and things of that nature, just to kind of see how I'm looking. I hope to compete, I really, really do, and I want to show you guys that you can do it and not kill yourself to do it. So I'm hoping at the Arnold that gives me a good idea of where I'm at in terms of my motivation to get on stage. There are several girls I know that are going to be competing there, and it's just such a crazy event. I'm so excited to go. I really think that's going to kind of be the deal breaker for me. I am no longer nationally qualified, so if I do compete, it's going to be at a local level. And I'm still thinking of competing in the NPC, even though I'm a natural athlete, and yes, I may do better in a natural league like OCB or IFPA and things like that. However, I just like the posing, I like the way I feel with NPC, and I don't know what else to tell you. It's what I like. So whether or not I'm the underdog and I'll never do well in terms of placing, I don't even care. That's kind of just where I see myself, and that's what motivates me. So you have to go with what motivates you. So that's the direction I'm thinking of, possibly like late spring, summer, maybe doing something local in my area, Syracuse, Rochester, Albany area. But we'll see where I'm at in 6 weeks. So for right now, I'm just going to focus on, slowly cutting back the macros and increasing my cardio. And I think that's it. So overall, just real quick, I want to say, it's super helped with my metabolism. And I know a lot of people have asked me, what I've done to help my metabolism. But I have to say, taking a year and a half off from competing was the best thing I could have done for my mind and my body. So just lifting heavy, ladies and guys, and not restricting yourselves too much, because I literally over-cardioed, over-dieted for majority of my life. So at 31 years old, it's going to catch up with you. So I'm just trying to do things right from here on out and focus on my health. Yeah, so I think that's about it for my update. We'll keep you guys posted with what's next for me, and if you're planning on going to the Arnold, please let me know. Come by, say hello, and we'll chit chat. So please give this a like and share it with others, and keep checking back.
What you drinking? Purple drink?
Drinking watermelons, Beyonce style.
I don't get it.
I know you don't get it, but the girls will get it.
The girls will get it?
The girls will get it. They will. They'll tell you. It's watermelon BCAAs. The best shit on earth. I just never drank BCAAs before. I could not find a brand or a flavor that I loved. And I do like the other flavors I do like the other flavors of MTS, but nothing like the watermelon. I'll drink this shit pre, intra, post, all day, day.
Bedtime.
I love it. Bedtime, in the middle of the night. I love it so much.
You've went through almost the entire...
It's life-changing.
90...
I hold it near and dear to my heart like this.
90 servings is almost gone. You have about 1/3 left in like 2 weeks.
Makes me smile.
5% off?
5% off. Discount code Kara. Get yours at tigerfitness.com. A little bit different consistency than Quest. The macros are pretty comparable, and I don't know. I really like them. They're like, it seems like there's more to them than a Quest bar. It takes me longer to eat, and they're just more satisfying. So I like having those on hand. I prefer eating food, but it is nice to have some type of bar to have like on